Oh yeah. There we go. It may be morning, but it's FARCA night in America as we head into the Charlotte Hall of Fame night race, round number 7 out of 8 races for the 2025 chase for the championship. And just 29 points is what's going to separate the top 7 drivers in contention for this championship. The defense being made by the unsponsored ride of Brandon Crasta, the number 63 Chevrolet. He'll be chasing his first championship in FARCA. Longer race tonight, 275 miles around this 1.5 mile oval here in Concord, North Carolina. Been a treacherous track for FARCA in the past. We had 8 crashes last year. And it was a pole-in win for Noah Patway, who went on to win the championship the following week in Atlanta. See if it'll be the same thing for the driver that wins tonight here for the 2025 race. We got a packed booth for tonight's race. It's myself. We have Adam in the booth as well as Brett Pritchard, the threat himself. And we also have Brad Hughes joining us once again. How's everybody doing?
Sleepy.
Sleepy. Wake up.
Doing good.
All right, let's go over the starting lineup of the race. Starting on pole position, we got a Toyota out this time. Oh, we're going to be all broken today. Copy. Justin Franklin in that number 25 starts next to Jeff Cannon, locking out the front row with his other Toyota in the number 81.
Following behind, we got Brett Pritchard in the 44 and Timmy Weathers in another Toyota. And
I'm going to purposely bork this so that it'll actually work when I refresh it. There we go. Noah Patway in the number 26 car, the Rocket Ford Mustang, starts next to his teammate Daniel Quinones, Speedy Quinones himself, who just won the truck race, starts P6.
following, we got, more Toyotas and David Walsh and Aaron Douglas.
Winnie's on the number 15 starts in the 9th position. Yet again, another Toyota. Lizzie Wesley and the Chevrolet in the number 36 rounds out our top 10.
And then our points leader coming in, as mentioned, Brandon Cresta next to Dylan Touchton.
Continuing down the starting order, we have Ryan DeLusso in the number 2 car. Starts next to Makoto Kino in the 33.
And we got everybody's favorite fountain of Nick Fountain next to Dakota Caudill.
Sammy Cobb in the Elite 77, one of our chase drivers, starts P17 tonight alongside another one, Austin Yoakum, in the Silver Ignition Speed Shop number 4.
And we got 2 very aggressive drivers rounding out the top 20 in the 29 of Connor Muir and the 40 of Adam Douglas.
Dylan Young in the number 19 for Western Auto Racing starts next to Zach McAdoo in the 17.
Then we got Brad Hughes and Andrew Weisbecker.
In the race from row number 13, Jacob McMillan in the 12 starts next to Caitlin Meir in the 92.
Then we got Greg Graziano and Justin Osborne.
Hang on 1 second here. Very good. And Rob McPherson starts in P29 tonight, and the number 78 car starts alongside Jay Langelier for Reckless Racing, starting P30.
Then we got Rob Kreider trying to rebound from a miserable week last week, and Tim Salmon.
Ryan Douglas in the number 83 for Rebel Racing starts alongside Deacon Jones in the 28.
Then we got Arthur Xavier and Tom Jones.
Andy Vealey in the 84, also for Rebel Racing, starting behind her teammate, starts next to Marissa Miranda in the 32.
Then we got Joshua Lockhart and Kenny Bambura.
John Cittadino in the number 72 machine starts next to Chris Davis in the 06. Bad qualifying effort, unusual for Chris Davis to be starting this far back.
And then rounding out the field, we got the number 1 car of Elias Nassar, and that means Joseph Onesto and Travis Dawson are the ones that are going home.
This is the second year in a row that Joseph Ernesto has failed to qualify in his number 62. Still on track. It's great. Love the AI. He's going to be going through and then joining back into pit road. But this is again the second year that this car has failed to qualify for Joseph Ernesto. Not really a track that he has come to know and love. Pace not there. Didn't do too bad in the
Uh,
Pro Series race, but not with the Premier.
Pace is there. He just has no short run luck at all.
All right, so we will have all 43 of these cars ready to go here in a second. Waiting for Ernesto to get through here. Last year's race was crazy. We had multiple crashes that resulted in drivers that flipped down into the turns. Specifically, 1 and 2 was where we saw the most action come out of the pack. And it ended up still being a pole and win. Noah Patwary led 100 laps of the race, and it's a bit longer this year as well. 183 laps for these guys.
Could we see another pole and win, or could we see field flop?
If it keeps on the trend, then yes, it would. I'm actually curious to see who won the 2023 race. I'm getting ready to pull that up. Should have one more pace lap here. It wasn't a pull and win for 2023, but it was a sweep by the same team. Fix your encoder. What the heck do you mean? What it doing? What be going on? My computer has been fucky the past couple of days, so that would be unfortunate. Looks fine on my browser. What is wrong? You have my number, text me. Yeah, the 2023 race was won by Jacob McMillan, actually, in the number 12. And Aaron had the pole. We were just talking about how I'm not allowed to win races I get the pole on, too. And McMillan won that race by only leading 8 laps, so back-to-back years of completely different outcomes.
Which means who knows what this race is going to be.
Pace car is down into pit road. We wait for the flagman to give the signal to Justin Franklin to get this thing underway. Ooh, that shows up on screen. Gotta get rid of that. Rain flag is out. And the Hall of Fame Net race underway. 183 laps to come our way. Field heads down at turns number 1 and 2. It stays relatively clean.
We saw the middle to high lane work more with the trucks. Now, will we see that with the premier cars, or are they going to want to hold that bottom a little bit more?
Lead taken away here, going into 3 and 4 by Jeff Cannon. And he's going to pull away pretty much quickly here. Franklin struggling on the bottom. Not much momentum to start the race off there. And the others continuing to follow around on the outside.
Oh, there was some contact right there between Dakota Caudale and Dylan Touchton.
I think I saw the 97 also make a touch there with Ryan DeLusso. Right in the middle of the corner. Now goes to the block on Cornizo. 3 wide behind. Austin Yoko to the outside here of Connor Muir as they're getting around the number 17. Connor thinking about threading the needle. Couple cars we're going to be keeping an eye on once again, just like last week. The 63 of Brandon Krasta and Aaron Douglas trying to gain those points on the 63 to stay ahead of, or to get ahead of him into the points lead. 8 points separate between the two. Only one more race after this when we head to Texas. Tries to make a move here to the inside of Noah Patway, who won this race a year ago. It's the battle for the fifth spot. Aaron looking to the inside here of Daniel Quinones. Trying to complete the pass off of turn 2.
Yeah. Dan has that outside lane to carry the momentum down the straightaways.
And look at this. Once again, Aaron and Brett by each other in the race. No shock here. Brett making the move here on the outside. Loves using that high lane. Does not wait for it to come in by other cars. Goes to it right away. Battle for the lead. Maybe what's going on here. Weather's trying to look to the outside of Jeff Cannon. He took the. Oh, he turned him in the wall. The leaders crash. The leaders crash going into turn number 1.
That's going to be a caution.
Caution is out. Caution is out on the racetrack.
Well,
Heavy damage to both of our race leaders. Lap number 8 of the race.
And Jeff Cannon could not catch a break. Heavy damage to Greg
More cars
Graziano
behind.
and Tim Salmon behind.
yeah, I'm thinking there's a lot of cars coming up on our list. I'm thinking there was more issues
Yeah,
behind.
there was a chain reaction 100%. We're already hearing cars that may be out of this thing too from everything that was involved back in the pack. We'll need to figure out what happened with Greg Graziano, but first, we're going to check up again to see what happened with our leaders. We're going to switch over. Here we go. And I think this was just Cannon not knowing that the 55 was going to try and make a move here. Because the closing rate was a lot quicker than I think Cannon realized. So as soon as he moved up a lane to get the car set in for the corner, 55 was there. You could see how
Heavy
much
damage.
that right front of the 55 was moving slower than the rest of the tires, meaning heavy suspension damage. Whole front clip came off.
So you can see the car just not turning at all.
Sparks flying out from the bottom of the 81 car. Great job by our pulsator Justin Franklin for avoiding the accident. And then here's what happened behind.
Completely separate wreck by the looks of it.
And yes, it was. This was across the start finish line into the tri-oval. Trying to see where the 51 comes into play here. Do we have 3 separate crashes? We sure did.
We did.
Oh.
3 separate crashes on the front straightaway. 78 Trenton trying to avoid the wreck. Cuts off the front end of Mariah Douglas, and they crash on the front stretch as well. Sends the 51 onto its side.
51 just ramps. That's all 3.
Yep, all 3 Douglas
Douglas
Motorsports cars involved in one accident. 3 separate accidents. Our race leaders, the mid pack, and the back of the pack all crashed in the front straightaway. Total cars
3
involved.
crashes, 1 caution.
$19 cars in total involved.
Already a good amount of drivers calling it day ender after that.
Several hard hits. Suspension damage to many. I would be surprised if the 51 stays in, but so far, out of the race, Timmy Weathers, Jeff Cannon, Greg Graziano, Mariah Douglas, all calling it out. So they're trying to get that 51, which was on its side, repaired. Lights on the pace car up, which is why you're seeing the field double up. Get back to racing. Accident already cleared. Race was a race of survival last year. Out of the 170 odd laps, the 8 cautions was the record high for the season. Current for this year is 7 cautions that we had at Chicagoland.
If we're going at this rate, there's a chance we could beat it here.
Definitely.
Something else to note is the truck race also had a yellow early for a very similar accident, but went green the rest of the way.
That's a good point to bring up. There was a nice clean race afterwards. Still was aggressive driving by many throughout the field, throughout the duration of the race, but after that one wreck, they were clean afterwards.
If that allowed us to see some strategy at play with how long this race is going to be the longest that this track has ever hosted for this series. We've got 170-ish laps to go. So we got a long way for many things to happen.
Green flag back out in the air.
Justin Franklin gets attempt number 2 at leading this field.
Lizzie Wesley not getting the run that we saw from the race start there on the outside. We'll see how it happens down the back straightaway. The help, though, from Daniel Quinones behind in that blue number 16. Quick tuck in there by Brett Pritchard, getting behind the number 26. Now shuffles back to the outside lane again, using the track's momentum to get another pass going through. Brandon Crasta splitting it 3 wide.
Here comes Brandon Crasta trying to go 3 wide, splitting the 2 of them. Aaron does not like to see that block number 63 on the outside of him.
No, he wants to keep that car in its rearview mirrors to close that points gap, and them racing side by side is going to be a tricky one between the two. They do not want to take each other out. Stays clean ahead. Brandon still daring with a 3 wide. Fastest lap of the race was just ran by our race leader, Justin Franklin, 29.80.
Yeah, I almost feel like they just needed a quick heat cycle on those tires to get the setup back.
Seems to be working out well for them. Couple drivers popping into the top 10 for the first time tonight. That's Connor Muir and Adam Douglas, who started side by side, seeing that 10th anniversary FARCA 40 moving itself up. And Aaron's actually fallen outside the top 10 now. Another 3 wide split. Cottle going to the outside of Connor Muir, the 29. Oh, and a contact! Connor's going to spin right in front of him, flipping down the front straightaway.
We got major chase implications with Yoakum and Jay Langelier also being involved.
Championship implications.
Several cars crashed as this pile up here. Connor's car remains upside down on its roof. Heavy damage to the number 29 machine. Sharp gets on the radio and just goes, oh, okay.
He probably just tuned in. And, hey, look there. Oh, there we go.
So let's watch here. It's 3 wide. Dakota Cottle made the move into 3 and 4. And then it's Adam on the inside in that number 40 machine. And we're going to watch this happen once again. Just gets tagged. Connor turns down in front of the 40. Reaction sent to the outside. Turns to number 5. And then gets hit by one of his fellow cars, Quinn Izzo, and begins to flip ahead. Aaron in the 97 gets through, as well as a couple other chase drivers, but the rest of them behind. Jay Langelier, number 17 is Zach McAdoo. Nick Fountain, another chase driver, all involved. Look at Brad Hughes on the outside getting this car stopped, hoping to avoid getting hit, and he does, as the rest of the field all piles up behind him.
Give props on both the 5 and the 40. They both saved it, and from the looks of it, kept going.
The number 75 of Joshua Lockhart, ARCA braking into the back of the 32. Rips the rear panel off of Marissa's car.
I actually don't think the 7 got away clean. As that crash started, there was a accordion on the high lane, about 3 cars deep, and the 7
You're
was
right.
on the back of that.
Let's go ahead and ride on board with the Brad Hughes machine. And this is never something you want to see in front of you. Is multiple cars flying up.
And so you can see them all hard on the brakes, just no slowing
Nowhere
down
for any of them to go.
No, none. There's another driver that's going to have a really good perspective of this, and it's the driver that's second place in the points right now. Let's watch the onboard here from Aaron Douglas. There's actually another chain reaction behind there that we seem to have missed. Let's watch what happens here with Dakota Cottle when he came back up on the racetrack. Because when he did, he made contact with Andrew Weisbecker, and then he hit the number 77 of Sammy Cobb. So there's going to be damage to these chase drivers as well.
Basically, at this point, half the field has damage.
Mm-hmm. Only 18 laps in on this thing. And we have 18 cars currently on the racetrack. Several cars on pit road doing extensive repairs. Koakino just got off of pit road. Looks like she'll still be on the lead lap. Elias Nassar as well, still on the lead lap by the looks of it.
Which just came over the news. He will be being bumped up to the number 44 for next season.
All right, I need to turn the overlays off. Go. I should have it. Track cleanup going on still across the front straightaway. Cars getting pulled back up. Everybody
Still
here was pitted in, so there's not going to be any waiver on eligibility. Lockhart, after ARCA braking, as they're calling the car done out of the race.
Austin Yoakum stayed on the racetrack.
Yeah, he did.
He knows he's still in the fight for the championship.
Right, 20 laps into this thing, I'm trying to go through here and look at all the chase drivers that were involved with this accident. Actually, maybe easier the ones that are still good. Highest driver is Brandon Crasta, and then it's Brett Pritchard, Adam, and Aaron Douglas. Sammy Cobb, who was involved in that wreck and has damage, is out here in 10th. And Justin Osborne, who is, I think, still on the lead lap, who was involved in that accident as well. There's not a lot of cars on this racetrack. A couple more have come
Not
off
at
of
all.
pit road. 26 cars in total, which is the same amount we had for the truck race. That's their full field out of the 43 that started this race. This is turning into a race of survival right away. On pit road, we have cars like Jay Langelier, who is coming out of their pit box. Rejoin this race. Heavy damage here at the front end of the 15 at Kuinizo. Kodo Cottle.
I wouldn't be surprised if the 29 and the 15 both end up calling it after their wild rides.
Yeah, the fact that they were able to overturn Connor's 29 and they're trying to get this car fixed up as much as they possibly can. We do allow spare parts here with FARCA, so they're trying to put a new nose on this thing and get the suspension fixed up. FARCA officials have said the roll cage is still good, so they're going to try and get this car back out there because any point matters. Especially if the leaders start to have a really bad run and everything. He knows he's out of the championship itself, but more money for the team by the end of the season. All right, track is going to be clear. More cars coming out of pit roads. They're going to go ahead and give the green light that they can go back to racing this time by. Justin Franklin, pole sitter, after avoiding the crash, is now back up at the lead with Daniel Quinones. It's Lizzie Wesley and Brandon Crasta, both of the two procrastination drivers. A couple. And then running at your top 5, David Walsh, who's fastest in practice, alongside Noah Patway, last year's race winner. And then it's a bunch of championship contending drivers behind. Got some unusual names there in the top 15 as well that are not normally racing up here. Kenny Bambura, Rob Kreider, John Cittadino, Chris Davis, who started at the very back of the pack, all up here now with a chance at a good finish. We wait for Justin Franklin to restart the race. Attempt number 3. Green flag's back out in the air and we're racing again.
Farther than 10 laps this time.
Let's see. We're going to see a huge pace difference in the cars, and that might be a problem later on into the race with all the damaged cars we're going to have. Lizzie Wesley here making a good run towards the lead, looking to the inside of Franklin in 3 and 4. New race leader.
So she was able to get that pass easily.
Big block there from the 25 to the 16, right where we just saw the big accidents happen.
I was say that stacked up that group of cars a lot right there with that big block.
In fact, we just saw a big shuffle there from behind. The 77 shot up the racetrack on there with the 44 2 is inside. And it is now a procrastination 1-2. Wesley Crasta leading this thing.
So we got a couple more cars getting their repairs done, back on track.
Caution's out again on the speedway. We have an issue in the back. Andy Bewley has crashed to the number 84 with Dylan Young's number 19.
I think this is a more controlled crash. And we did not make it 10 laps.
See what happens here with these two. Keep an eye. Andy Bewley is in the damaged 84 there to the inside of the 19, and they just tagged each other going into turns number 1. Almost overturned that number 84. And joining in late there was Chris Davis. Just a little scuff there. Didn't have much room. Got it slowed down as much as he could. But bad day gets the worst for Andy Bewley. Driver that won at Daytona earlier this season. And a team that just announced that they're shutting down. They only have a couple more races left in the season. Be this one in Texas. To see where their drivers end up going. As Dylan Young's also bringing his car down pit road. They're going to do some repairs after being involved in the accident. Car was pushed into the race wall. Spun around. This should be a quicker one as well.
Should have a few waiver rounds this time around.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, we have the leaders coming down pit road as well. Not all of them, but a few. Checkers.
Yeah, so we saw that fuel window is going to be roughly around that 40 lap mark. So I think the leaders are just calling it that it's time to come in.
I think this is a good call for them, especially since they've finally gotten enough laps run. And then the more heat cycles you put on the tires, it is going to increase how fast they will wear out. So I think this is actually a good call to just bring it in, put some fresh tires on. There's unlimited sets, so just get some tires that may be good now that the field is starting to get sorted out.
Make a couple adjustments if needed.
Exactly. Cars that did stay out from this: Lizzie Wesley, Brandon Krasser, your race leaders, followed by Daniel Quinones, Justin Franklin, David Walsh, Sammy Cobb, Noah Patway, and Rob Kreider all elected to stay out. Most of the cars that all pitted got 2 tires and did a couple of adjustments. Makoto Kino is one of the only drivers from this pit cycle, along with Andy Bewley, who did 4 tires and fuel. Anybody who was involved in the accident that just brought us under this third caution. And Makoto Kino out of Tier 1. Are still waving around as well. Make sure we're all good. Yeah, there's still a few going. Cool. I'm just waiting on Deacon Jones here. He's got a couple more cars to pass. Cars that did get waved around actually was Makoto Cottle. Why am I keep saying that? Makoto Kino got waved around. Austin Yoakum, Ryan DeLusso, Nick Fountain, Dylan Touchton, Jaylan Jalier. Dylan Young is still on pit road with repairs that are being made from the crash. Did not get waved around. He's just further down in the order. Deacon Jones got waved around. Brad Hughes got waved around. Dakota Cottle got waved around, as well as Arthur Xavier.
I would say we could go over the biggest mover and biggest loser, but that's just
I
the
mean,
field has.
we could. It would be comical.
I mean, biggest mover right now is a tie between Kenny Bambura, John Sedino, up 33 spots. And the biggest loser that's still in race would be Connor Meir. Oh, no, Quiniza. Down 24 spots.
And Connor's car still sitting on pit road. suspension looks like it's getting put back in place, so they are getting that car prepared. They are determined. Still a few others. Tom Jones, Dylan Young. Go on, Ryan. You can do it. Oh, why
I
is
think he's-
Touchton still back there?
I think Deluso is trying to figure out if he wants to warm up his tires or not.
Oh, they have changed the way they do this. There we go. Now they work. Good Lord. Very nice. Last of the cars just finished their wave around. Lights in the pace car out, which means we can go back to racing. At 3 cautions so far for the night. Procrastination's got the front row for this restart. We're back up to 36 cars onto the racetrack. You're going to see a train of cars single file towards the back. What in the world is going on up there?
Someone's lost.
Yeah, Ryan's doing pace speed for his wave around. Oh, iRacing. They just did a major update, so there's still a lot of bugs. I'm gonna have to have clear already.
Both Marissa Miranda and Tom Jones have got their cars repaired and will be entering the racetrack as we go green.
More cars coming back out. Now they go up to speed. All right, cool. Wait for the flag man to drop the green flag. Lizzie Wesley will lead us away. Green flag's back out once again. So many cars have penalties. Battle between the two procrastination drivers heading down into turns 3 and 4 for this restart. Fastest car in practice starting to really show its race pace. David Walsh working his way up to the front. Big bobble there by the 82.
Oh, we have cars on
Oh,
the wall.
cars in the wall. The procrastination drivers. Major chase implications for Brandon Crasta with heavy right front damage.
I think they did the thing and took each other out.
Caution is out as cars come to a stop here on the back straightaway. The heavy damage between the couple of Lizzie Wesley and Brandon Crasta. Cut away because the 82 was getting really loose for the 97. I thought they were about to crash going through the tri-oval, but it ends up being our race leaders. So keep an eye here. Lizzie Wesley's that white car on the bottom of your screen. Race leader, might I add, with the championship leader in second, who owns the race organization that she races for. Does the same thing we saw earlier. Moves up a lane to prep for the corner. Hard enough impact with the wall to rip off the front clip. And that is heavy suspension damage to the 63 of Brandon Crasta, which is the reason why we still see the number 19 on pit road right now. So it's going to be a while to get Brandon's car prepared, and it's going to be potentially championship over for Brandon Crasta. This time on board, with the Brandon Crasta machine. This is going to be going for the race lead. And the car sets into the wall because of the amount of suspension damage that he's got. You can see the sparks also showering out from the 36. And in fact, they have pulled the number 63 behind the wall. That could be race over for Brandon Crasta. And a DNF here could mean the end of that championship.
That could be championship over with having one race left.
Cars on pit road. Watching Brett Pritchard as they pulled out of his pit box. 2 tires and an adjustment for the number 44. Cars that stayed out. 3 cars left that have not pitted yet this race. David Walsh, Sammy Cobb, and your pole sitter Justin Franklin. Kenny Bambura actually won the race off pit road. Cars that did a 4-tire stop, so you'll see them further back in the pack. Caitlin Muir. Actually, that's a 2-tire stop with a major adjustment that was made to the 92. Adam Douglas, Dickon McMillan, Makoto Kino. I don't know if that was a 4-tire stop or not. 13:20 would be blazing fast for a 4-tire stop. Andy Bewley also with the 4-tire stop. And Aaron, 16:05, which means 4 tires and an adjustment, made to the number 97. And this driver could potentially be our new points leader right now. Maybe they just took their time on the stop.
As of right now, I think he is the points leader.
How far behind
Even
was
without
Sammy
these
Cobb? No, actually, it would
Sammy
be
Cobb's-
Adam that was behind. So that's going to depend how much points Adam can rack in ahead
Sammy
of
Cobb's
Aaron.
46 points behind. Sammy Cobb's out of the champion.
Oh, you're right. You were right.
I was like, with how they sit now, I think it's more of a battle between the 2 brothers. And possibly Nick Fountain and Yoakum if they can get back on the lead lap.
All right, 4 cautions throughout the night so far.
We'll need to clear all penalties again.
Yeah, for sure.
What a top 5 we got going on right now.
Actually, I want to highlight the driver. Actually, no, all 3 of these drivers need to be highlighted. Kenny Bambura for Rebel Racing in their second to last race in the sport. Elias Nassar having a career run up 38 positions, and Rob Kreider, the autocross driver out of California, sitting in the 6th spot right now. It's been a crazy race. Let's see how it continues. David Walsh will have control of the race. The fastest car in practice now up here, leading.
Yes.
Green flags back out in the racetrack and to clear these penalties because it's been crazy up here for everybody. 3 cars had penalties that were unnecessary. Racing down the back straightaway here. Sammy Cobb trying to make an attempt at the race lead here. Justin Franklin with the fast number 25. Trying to make a move here with this fellow Toyota.
No, as they are looking almost 3 wide in the back.
Little bobble there from Jay Langelier. Oh, and a stack up in the lead. Huge crash. Multiple
crash.
cars involved. The 12 barrel rolling down the turn, just like we saw a year ago for Jacob McMillan. He's going to drive away from that.
Jay made it back out just to pile into another one.
He sure did.
Poor Jay.
What even happened here?
Rob Kreider got turned.
Kreider.
We're not so sure why. He tried to move ahead of the 79 first, then he was like, hey, you know what? I didn't do it properly the first time. Let me try again.
That's
He
going to
chopped
be
the nose one more
exactly.
time.
So much of this is happening to turn one so far tonight. It's going to turn over almost immediately, it looks like. And because the way the field was stacked up, everyone's going to pile in. Aaron manages to avoid the accident on the inside. So many cars involved. Bewley, McAdoo, Langelier, Brad Hughes, Austin Yoakum. There's a 12
Austin
now
Yoakum
barrel
got
rolling.
FARCA braked into by 15. We are not even 40 laps into this.
I cannot believe how much the 12 car flipped to then easily drive away like that. And many cars are going to get towed from that as well. Cars on pit road coming down leads Kenny Bambura as our race leader.
It's like Bambura and Kino are looks to be like the only two that stayed out that were on the lead lap.
They've pitted recently. They already got their fresh tires on, so they did not need to pit there at all. So Franklin let it down with everybody else. They make their way into their boxes. Fountain and others. We're going to go ahead and take this as an opportunity to wave around the cars that we still got running around in this thing. Currently sits right now. There's only 12 cars on the lead lap. That'll change here with several one-lap cars being waved back around. Randeluso will not be waved around because he's on pit road. Rob Kreider's in the garage. Justin Osborne's in the garage. 06 getting repairs. Those 12. Andy Bewley getting repairs. Langelier in the garage. Austin Yoakum in the garage. And Jonas in the garage. Citadino as well. Deacon on pit road. Young's in the garage. Wesley's in the garage. Crash is in the garage. Dakota's in the garage. Brad Hughes is in the garage. Xavier's in the garage. Weisbecker, Quinn, Salmon, McPherson. Tom Jones is on the racetrack, but is over 10 laps down. That is insane. How many cars do we have left in this thing? There are cars marked in P19 out of this race. We have, I think, 20 cars left in this race. 21.
Will we have cars that finish the race?
21 cars left in the race on lap 40. This is a record of DNFs. And this is just what's on the racetrack right now because there's cars on pit road getting repairs. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know if we'll make it full distance.
We're going to have cars DNF out of this thing getting points
Top
probably better than they need to be. Hopefully not that. Having a race end with no finishers would be ridiculous. We're better than that. I would hope so. We've seen worse with the online races. If anyone was here a few years ago when we did the Truck Series season with the 09 trucks, we'd had a full field at Charlotte. Here where we are right now, and it was with a setup that was designed to turn the track into a super speedway. I don't know if Brad, I'm sure, remembers this race. He hated it.
I sure do. I lost it on the last lap.
You did. We had, I think 36 trucks start that race, 38 trucks start that race, and I think 7 finished.
Yeah.
And there was quick repairs.
Well, you know who's liking all these DNFs? that 29 of Connor Muir.
Connor is
Who's
gonna like that.
Still trying to fix that car.
Sitting 38th on pit road, and look at that. There's a front clip down on that number 29 machine.
Not a little confused because I'm seeing out on that 4 car, but he is still sitting on pit road.
I am as well, so I wonder if they haven't pulled him back behind the wall yet, or... No, it says
it
pit.
has changed back to pit.
It has. All right, they've pulled their car back out of the garage. That's great to see for Austin Yoakum to have some fight. I'm sure this is the FARCA officials also just saying, no, get that car back out there. We need a field.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going on.
Largest crash of the season is what just occurred there. That was a 16-car pileup. That was larger than even the wrecks we had at our super speedway races earlier this season. We went to Atlanta, Daytona, and Talladega this season.
So it's been mentioned every race since this paint scheme has came out. Is it good to have an orange car?
It's been up and down because the first couple of races it wasn't, and every wreck has been around you. But the last couple of races, you've managed to avoid the wrecks,
And they still have been around it.
and also look who's right behind you.
The points leader.
Oh no, I can't even speak about that. I don't want to jinx my own championship.
I just did, so you're welcome.
Oh, whatever. Leading this thing, the team that just announced their closure, Kenny Bambura, will be at the point taking the restart. And here's a cool little fun fact about this team. Every driver who has raced for this organization has gotten at least one race win, and this is his first and will be his only race season for Rebel Racing. And he has a chance at maintaining.
Alex Taker didn't win.
Oh, good point. Alex Taker never got a race win with this team. So the 82, trying to bring it back to victory lane since Richie Mancha had this car in victory lane at Daytona in 2023. Wait for him to take the green flag. Not very many cars left on the lead lap. 14 of them in total to be exact. We got more cars trying to get repaired and back out onto the field. Green flag is out in the air, and the tires get spun there by Kenny Bambura. Announcer's curse as Makoto Kino takes the race lead into turn number 1. We're back here racing at Charlotte once again. Lap 43 out of 183. We still have 140 laps to go. Bambura retakes the race lead in turn number 1. Chase driver behind Sammy Cobb. Trying to make a move to take the point. And a bunch of fast Toyotas behind. Adam Douglas moving up through the pack as well. We've made it through a couple laps this time. Car that made the 4th tire adjustment. Number 97, making some passes. Enters back into the top 10 and getting around Elias Nassar and Arthur Xavier. Xavier a lap down.
As we are able to keep it clean for a moment.
Watching the lead pack here, I was curious. It looked like the 56 was going to shoot it 3 wide. The Blender's Toyota moving around these others. A couple more cars coming off pit road. Jay Langelier and Andy Bewley have completed their repairs. They'll be returning to the racetrack. Number 40, Adam Douglas looking for a move here. Let's go on board. That's not Adam. That one is. On the Chrome FARCA 10th anniversary Chevy SS. Car trashed ahead. Oh, and it's in the wall. It's Makoto Kino having issues with her car. Heavy right front damage to the 33.
Huge checkups farther behind. And
Car
stopping
stopped
at
on the racetrack. That's going to bring out a caution. FARCA officials were hoping they didn't have to throw a caution, but they're going to have to before the stopped race car. 6th caution of the night here on lap number 47. One more ties the record for the season.
I was going to say, I think we're beating the record.
I think so as well. Sammy Cobb did have the race lead after that. I'm curious to see if this is going to be an incident that was with Kenny Bambura. See if there's any damage to the front of that machine. I don't. There is quarter panel damage to the right rear of the number 82, so I wonder if that was contact that got made with Makoto Kino. And indeed, that's going to be the case. Same thing we've seen all night long. And that's a pure spotter failure there from Kenny Mambura's part. Or the driver not paying attention and doored the 33 into the wall on corner entry. No other cars were involved. It was just Makoto Kino. And also that last lap by Sammy Cobb set his personal best lap of the race, 29.89. That is pace on par with some of the very quick drivers. Kenny Mambura bringing it on pit road. They're going to assess the damage to the right rear of that car, make sure it is okay. Don't want to have a tire rub. More cars coming down pit road as well. And after they're off pit road, we can get some of these lappers waved around. That means your top 5 is now Sammy Cobb, Caitlin Muir, Justin Franklin, Adam Douglas, and David Walsh. All right, we got more cars finally back out on the racetrack. I think we got 27 in total now. Yes, 27 cars. A couple cars came back out from the garage. 2 of them still on pit road. That's Trenton McPherson and Tim Salmon getting repairs done to their machines still. Others have returned. How about this? Connor Mir, after several minutes of repairs on pit road, has brought their car back out to the racetrack, up it to 33rd now. And with how many cars are out of the race, there's a chance Connor can still get a top 25 place finish out of this race after flipping.
Help a bunch of points, but
That's still crazy and great effort though out of the 29 car. 14 cars in the lead lap. Sammy Cobb will control the restart. Chase driver leading this thing in the Loves double coin number 77. All right. 7th time is the charm. We're going to get back to green flag racing. With number 77 leading here at Chase Race 7. Already 3 wide, fanning out towards the back of the pack there. Connor Mir to the outside of one of his fellow Toyotas. Brett McPherson coming back out into the racetrack. Leaves only 1 car. Nope, Tim Salmon also returns to the racetrack as well. Big pack of cars here down the front straightaway. Halen Mir trying to go for the race lead here.
it looks like they are approaching a somewhat slow car.
That is 51 of Tim Salmon returning to the racetrack. Starting to see the Highline really getting used here now. See how it goes with this lap car. Dancing behind. Aaron getting loose down the tri-oval. The quad oval, sorry. Stays clean. Trying to work his way around the caution cone. Going 3 wide here with Connor. With fresh tires and repairs.
Is fast on the fresh tires. Basically an all-new front clip.
Caitlin trying to use the pick of Tim Salmon to take the lead. Not going to be able to do it. Fastest lap of the race just set by Daniel Quinones in 25th. 29.73. First car in the 29.7s, and it's a low one as well.
Yeah. I think a couple of these crews that have damaged cars have taken that advantage to make any adjustment they can to make that car fast.
They're going to want to apply those fixes to one of their other cars further up in the pack. Zach McAdoo is going to want to know what they did to the 16 so they can do that to him on the next pit stop. Now he looks to the inside here, the number 40. Adam, who's gone all the way up to 3rd since this restart has happened. Another driver looking for their first win of the season. Great opportunity tonight. Catching up now to the number 92, starting to fall back a little bit. We got lap traffic. No, yes, still that 151 car that separates between the two. Bob has been leading since the restart. Caitlin tried to give him a run for his money. But here comes the 40 with a huge run.
I was saying, he has multiple cars coming behind him as well.
Side drafting off the bottom of the car. Adam's no stranger to how these Gen 6 cars work. He loves the way that these bodies are set up. Zach McAdoo running here on the outside as well. McAdoo trying to thread the needle to get to the outside the 92, and he's going to do it. Stays cleared in the corner. A little bit of a shuffle here, getting really close. Almost door banging off the corner here. Brett Pritchard trying to make up some positions as well. He's broken into the top 5.
As we are now basically 2 by 2 by almost 2.
Outside lane working strongly here as Pritchard continues to move up, trying to take the second spot now away from Zach McAdoo.
As David Walsh just had a huge run coming off of turn 4. And
Crash on
David
the front
dived
stretch.
down.
Oh! And a
Oh.
hard hit from the 72 into the back of the number 5. That's going to be a caution with the stopped car on the racetrack.
Aaron just tried to throw a caution for a caution.
Well, yes, I had to because the caution itself wasn't out.
It was out.
It did for a separate crash. You'll see that here in a second. Two incidents. That was a chain reaction. Oh no, the sim itself was just super late on that. Awesome. Okay, so this started with no Ed Pat worry.
It was a reckless crash.
It was a reckless crash. Good lord.
That's our tie for the most cautions.
Yep, of the season. He was already in the wall. Awesome. There was contact with number 39. Middle of 3 and 4. We haven't seen an accident happen here yet. That was new. Hard hit into the outside wall, right where our camera was.
And Dan had nowhere to go.
Everyone else is going to pile in behind. Good job there by the 4 for avoiding being involved with that. And the 72 rear-ending the 5. Couple cars stayed out here. Sammy Cobb and Zach McAdoo elected to stay out while everyone else brought their machines in. Brett Pritchard wins the race off pit road with a 2-tire pit stop.
That car has pit every chance they've had.
It's working out for him. Can't say it's not.
No.
Couple cars opted for 4-tire pit stops. Douglas brothers, Aaron and Adam Douglas, 4 tires and fuel, as well as Nick Fountain, who was involved with that incident. Not a lot of damage. They look to be okay. And to keep this race moving underway, we are going to elect to withhold doing waiver rounds and let the race play out the way it is. There is no lucky dog as well. And this is probably a race where a redeem for this is going to be used more than anything else would. Don't forget, if you are watching the stream and you are participating in the race, you have the ability to elect to give your driver an EOL.
I really don't know if the back of the field's a safe place to be.
It's been the safer place to be. There's only been one incident that chain reaction, and that was the second caution that had the 3 different crashes. Otherwise, it's been mostly incidents that have happened up towards the front of the pack.
Yeah, but we've also had a lot of FARCA breaks and
There has been.
from the back.
There has been. I think at this point, we're just going to cut this off and use the top 20 for the ticker. We're going to be true ARCA broadcast and just rely on our top 20 because that's all that's going to be needed at this point.
There's a couple of drivers, notably, that are beyond the top 20 that we will keep an eye on and just vocally update those. And I would say the main one is Connor Mir, and he's broke into the top 30 in 29th.
So, another thing we're going to keep an eye on too, because it's going to be another FARCA record. Apart from we have tied the season's most cautions for this. Last year we had 8 cautions, and that was the record cautions for FARCA in its modern history. So we have a chance of breaking the caution record tonight as well.
And the most DNFs.
And the most DNFs. Green flag's back out on the racetrack. Sammy Cobb leads us away. Zach McAdoo spinning the tires here on the outside lane.
These are not good records to be breaking, by the way.
No, they are not. The racing behind, a little bit of a kiss to the side of the 17 from the 44. Caitlin storming there on the bottom. Enjoying those fresh right side tires. Gets to the bottom of the 44. Not enough to stay there throughout the quad oval. Yes.
Unfortunately,
nice.
I think that 44 has a very much long run car, even though we don't get any.
See what happens if the race can ever figure out how to do a long run or what a long run is. Thank you, Kevin, for the follow.
F.
Yeah, F. That sums up how
F.
this race has been.
Thanks for the grade of the race. We agree.
All right, so we've made it around a couple laps this time. Let's see if we can keep it that way before another incident occurs. We're watching Brett Pritchard chasing down Zach McAdoo. Both of these chase drivers, 1, 2, and 3. With our fastest car from practice sitting in the 4th spot. We got a big old group of cars behind racing at the back of the top 10 as well. Central points leader here, the number 97. Going 3 wide with Langelier in the center. Those are lap traffic making these moves in front of our points leader.
I was say, other than Adam and Aaron right there, the rest of those cars are all a lap down. And Connor, Jay, and Tom.
Back up at the front, Zach McAdoo starting to catch our race leader, Sammy Cobb. Brought it down to almost just under 3/10, but lost it going down the straightaway. They have drove it too hard in 1 and 2. Cobb continues to now double the gap that it was. Yeah, that's all lost pace there from Zach McAdoo because Brett Pritchard now trying to make a move here on the outside. Thinks better of it.
I think there's certain drivers that are just scared to pass at this point.
I mean, especially at certain points of the racetrack where we've seen several incidents. And you see immediately McAdoo making a corrective action to avoid the potential bumper push from the 44. Knows how aggressive Brett is as a driver. And there we go, down to turns 3 and 4. Richard makes it easy passing. And there's going to be almost contact between the 56. There is contact. They touch in the center of the corner. And Walsh has to back out of it.
I don't know if McAdoo is expecting David Walsh to dive it in following the 44 at all. But this is going to lose all of David Walsh's momentum.
And he's going to lose another position here. And now back over here, the battle. Let's get in. Big wiggle in the center of the corner for Zach McAdoo. attempted to repass Brett Pritchard for the second place position. These three Toyotas once again battling between each other. Good race going on for Caitlin. Katie Mumbura, who was the race leader at one point, talked about being hopeful. Oh, contact there with Caitlin on the bottom of the 25 car. They stay clean. But the number 82 machine back out on the racetrack. Now a few laps down. Sitting just outside the top 20.
Cars on the lead lap.
Yes, the last one, that being Elias Nassar, just outside the top 10, the rookie for Noon Racing, the Connecticut Esports Ford.
To not bring the best car, they kind of have held off on building new cars to round out the season, and it's played off for their advantage this time around, being a little on the slower side.
Stayed out of the messes. I'm sure if Dawson hadn't made it into the race, that he may actually even be in a similar position. Maybe would be sitting in the 12th spot right now. But I'm sure they'll be happy with even the chance at bringing home one of their cars with a possible top 10 if more issues happen as we finally get our first run in for the race. Battle going on here with these three drivers. Three wide thread trying to go on here with the 40 underneath the 92 of Caitlin Muir. Two drivers getting squirrely out of turn number 2.
I was going to say, and for Adam, he's the lone Chevy that's on the lead lap.
And the next one's going to be Davis and Cittadino. Both of those drivers, like, lap down inside the top 15. His teammate Deacon Jones was involved in an earlier accident, up to 15th now, just in survival mode. 5 laps off.
As I say, that right there's actually a battle for position between Yoakum and Deacon Jones, which Yoakum's running 14th after being in the air.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, all things considered for IRM, this isn't the worst race. They've survived with all 3 of their cars. They were all in, or sorry, all but one were all in incidents, but they got even Dylan Touchton on the lead lap, sitting in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, has a whole bunch of lap cars other than Nick Fountain around him.
They're racing like they're going for the race win. And Fountain up there, that number 39 at the head of that pack, that would be for position. Sammy Cobb out the front of this pack has turned this into a 2-second lead. Highest we've seen all night. And Sammy Cobb for Nexus Racing, in every single season that he's been racing for them, has gotten them at least 1 win apart from the 2022 season. And we saw that race win from Cobb happen earlier at Atlanta Motor Speedway. One of our first of the Super Speedway races. Only led 2 laps that race. Going to pass for position here. Number 56 that David Walsh got around. The number 17 of Zach McAdoo. That car still looks so loose. You can see how late he gets back on the throttle. He held about 162 all throughout the majority of the corner and didn't throttle up until very late in corner exit. That's a big sign of a unsettled race car. Look how far he has to back down in 3 and 4 as well. That's going to let the number 25 get to the inside here of him and David Walsh. Approaching halfway.
Bring Caitlin into this battle for third as well.
Yep, going to stack up this whole group of cars. 25 is not going to like sitting on the inside of these race cars, and actually a checkup there from the 56 is going to allow them to slide right on by both of them. Race leader coming down pit road, Sammy Cobb.
I don't know if this is scheduled at this point or not.
That's only been 20 laps since he last pitted. No, it's been 30 laps since he last pitted, so that's a bit soon. But a lot of data's out the window right now, so we'll see what ends up going on for Sammy Cobb. Then that leaves everybody but Zach McAdoo, who will need to pit soon. He's at the very end of the fuel window.
I would say we could go down to Brad and see what he has calculated, but I don't know if he has anything calculated.
Speaking of it,
it's all out the window.
yeah. And then just as I was suspecting at the end of the fuel window here is that Zach McAdoo machine. And that puts Brett Pritchard to the point. This will be the first test to see since Brett was the first car off of pit road on that last cycle. In fact, we have had our longest run of the night, 23 laps under green flags. So we'll be able to get some actual data in for these crew chiefs who have basically crumpled up all setup sheets and thrown them away. Not setup sheets, but their notes on the race.
I think the crew chiefs have thrown just everything away.
And this is going to be the difficult thing for Sammy Cobb and Zach McAdoo, is that if there is a caution now, they're going to end up getting trapped a lap down. So they're going to be hoping until the next cycle happens that doesn't end up happening. On pit road, Dylan Touchton has brought the number 69 car in for service. 2 tires and fuel seems to be the key for the drivers. Brett McPherson brought his machine in as well. Lapped car.
As David Walsh is starting to make a move for the lead.
Looking here to the inside of the number 44. See some aggressive driving out of some of these cars, pushing them up out of the way. He does not. Brett keeping himself calm and collected, lets the 56 go on by. He knows that's a fast race car. 56 was the fastest car in practice. Best on the 10-lap average. 2 cars here with great long run pace. We'll look back to the inside here the same way he got past the lap before. 56 is going to crowd the 44, keep him down in that bottom lane. Brett's not going to like that. This is an aggressive race driver. Right to the corner of the 56, heading into turn number 1. Get that side draft off the 56, move him up a lane, get him into the marbles. That's allowed Justin Franklin to join in this battle for the lead. Great run on the bottom. A little bit of a wiggle contact with the race leaders in 3 and 4. Brett absolutely sent it down into the bottom lane. Rear end just didn't have the grip for him. That's probably going to be a consequence of the 2 tires. That left rear tire probably gave out from underneath him in the center of the corner. That's a hard corner to do that in. 3 and 4, those that have raced at Charlotte before know how much of a tighter line it is at this racetrack. So that took absolute commitment out of Brett, and he's still going to maintain second place out of this.
Yeah, this has allowed Adam to get within a second of these leaders.
And Adam is on 4 fresh tires as well compared to the others, so he's going to have more grip than these 3. Brett once again trying for the race lead. Use the momentum off of 1 and 2 this time, and he will take the lead back from David Walsh.
Nope, it's Justin Franklin's bringing it down pit road.
And this was one of the cars that was on the lap 61 cycle. This has been 30 laps in total. That's the first car to bring it down, so we'll see. 30 laps will be surprisingly short for a fuel run.
I don't think they've taken fuel yet.
I think you're right
These
about
pit
that.
stops are them taking fuel for the first time.
I think they've just kind of splashed it up and down or just elected to not, especially since we had a driver like Quinones throw on 2 tires and go set the fastest lap of the race.
Which this means we are down to 7 cars on the lead lap, with the 7th car getting ready to go a lap down.
This is where Elias Nassar is going to really want to see the rest of the field come down to pit or for a caution.
Well, they might be coming down right now. I think the 44 and the 40.
And the 92. And the championship leader. And this is where it could be crazy to actually have a caution, because then that could have something like a... Yeah. And they just
David
put Elias
Walsh.
Nassar a lap down.
Walsh is coming down pit road this time.
I was
You got
going
the
to say,
hand out
Walsh
the
looks
window.
like he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, he's got
which
the
is
hand
gonna
out
give
the
lead
window.
to Nick Fountain.
Oh, he's going to be held up by the number 72 as well.
And Nick Fountain's coming down pit road.
That is going to hurt his track position, having a lapped car slow down and have to pit that early in front of him.
This will put Sammy Cobb back in the lead.
And Sammy Cobb's going to have to pit in the next 20 laps. At least from our only notes that we've had so far. We'll retake the race lead here.
And Elias Nassar is going to be able to go longer because he doesn't have the same pace as his competitors.
Right.
But he is going to have to pit.
He's just hoping for that yellow.
He might be coming down this time.
I think you're right.
He's staying out. He didn't want it. He didn't want it bad enough. They're on the radio already yelling at him, "You need tires!"
Actually, I wonder if we can see... I was hoping if we could see here. Let's actually, we could hide this. He still has fuel pressure. It's not flashing red yet for Elias.
Well, that would mean that he's out.
And he's keeping the revs down as well. So this is fuel game. Great call from the Noon Racing Shop. Trying to do the best strategy they can. At a chance that they didn't think they'd be able to be in. Capitalizing on it.
Well, to be honest with you, the more this race goes on, the more pace he's going to lose to everyone else. He's not going to be able to have a P2 run if this goes green all the way to the end.
It might not even be a top 5, but it could be a solid top 10, and it would be huge for this race team, regardless.
I was going to say, he has the rest of the top 5 up to 7th behind him right now, so...
And it's well earned props to the team to be given as well for trying this.
Yeah, I want to see how far ahead of second Sammy Cobb is by the time we get to the end of this run, because he pitted so much earlier than everybody else. He has 4 seconds.
And with the held up of the slower car behind him, that's only going to amplify the lead that Sammy Cobb's going to have here. And Elias is going to help out the fellow Fords and hold up the Toyota and Chevrolet. Sure, Brett's going to be pretty happy about that. Yeah, he did. We got a good run here on the outside, though. Trying to get around this number 1 car. I'm really running this middle high lane. It's working out well for the 40. Already to the back bumper of the 44.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to push the issue on Brett, though. That's the pub teammate right there.
Yeah, it is. Ice cream and drinks on the tops of the pit box between these two many times throughout the season.
I was going to say, that was a whole season of that back and forth.
Yeah, how do you get beer and ice cream if you just wrecked each other out?
Well,
I think that's only happened one time between you two.
I don't think so. I don't think it ever has.
Over the last 10 years, I think it's happened maybe once. Maybe.
Richard side drafting, trying to get second spot back from Zach McAdoo, and secures it. 4.5 seconds back from Sammy Cobb, and a great 3 and 4 for number 44, gone from the 17 already. Huge lap there for Brett Pritchard. It was about half a second faster than the rest of the cars in the top 10 right now. Look at that, putting the laps down. Already chewed off another half second on Sammy Cobb. We talk about the long run pace for Brett Pritchard. No lie. Car's quick. Another half second that lap through. And it brushes the wall heading into turn 1. I think it's the first time we've seen a car lone hit the wall like that.
It happens.
See if that ends up putting any damage to it. He lost a couple of tenths in the corner. I don't think there's any wheel damage.
I think the car was probably...
No! Elias Nassar! That is
not
so unfortunate.
There's our tie for
No! Tie for the
record.
season. Tie for the record.
Oh.
Elias. No, not with this known affiliate.
Oh, with Yoko.
Well, he didn't acknowledge Yoakum's existence.
He did it.
Yeah, he's...
That is so unfortunate. After the race that this team was having, made it past the halfway point, avoided all of the calamity, and that might be the end of the race for Elias Nassar with how damaged that car is. Props to everyone else for avoiding this. And indeed, car is behind the wall.
And Yoko's on pit road fixing the car again.
Heavy left and right side damage for being squeezed into the wall.
Team has not called it quit on any of the other crashes yet.
That's true.
They know they're still in the fight.
Most important one being up here. Race win on the cards.
I don't know how math works, but as of right now, if it comes down to it, it might be a Douglas versus Douglas fight for the championship going into the final race.
Once again, keeping it up on every caution, but Pritchard bringing it down.
Aaron had a crazy fast pit stop and is actually going to win the race off pit road.
8.38 for that two. It's a 2-tire pit stop while everyone else besides McAdoo. Sorry, he wasn't even pit road. He was the only car that took 2 tires. Everyone else, 4 tires in field. That's why.
Well, somehow,
call.
with pulling out the fender, 44 still managed to beat everybody else out.
Which is crazy considering Adam, who was normally really good on pit road, 14:35 by the pit crew itself, but an unusual slower navigation for the 40.
3/4 of the booth right there in 3, 4, and 5.
Literally.
How often does that happen?
Not often. Unfortunately,
Happens
Brett.
very often.
I'm Should be getting the one to go call here. We'll send our lap cars back to the back of the pack.
Fortunately for the last quarter of the booth has been out of the race since the beginning.
And you're still going to be driving around me. First time tonight, Aaron the 97 has actually gambled on position. He's kind of just comfortably ran towards the back of the top 10. Like how the monitor still has Elias on the lead lap.
Yes.
Car is definitely still in the garage.
I was going to say, if they can manage to at least get the car back on track, they might not lose too many positions.
They would probably
Same
drop
could be
down
said.
to a top 25.
Same with Yoakum. If they could keep that car in the top 25, that could keep it somewhat close for the final race. Pending what happens with Adam and Aaron. This is for the ninth time we're going green. Something like that.
Ninth time. Here we go. Sammy Cobb leads us away. Lap 107 out of 183. We got chase drivers in first through fifth. I'm trying to do his best to hold on to this race lead. Got McAdoo right behind. Almost like we were going to have three wide here for a second. Brett follows the 17 down in the bottom. We'll check up there from the 40. The difference in the driving style between the two brothers. Aaron does not drive it down nearly as deep as the number 40 does. Got a check up there from behind. Now he's going to try running this outside lane.
Driving it down deep.
44. Attempting to get that pass done. 97 is going to get right to the outside here. Make the move into third place. Brett's loose there on the bottom of the racetrack. Loose doesn't mean he's slow or losing time. Right back down to the quarter pound, the 97. We have a battle for the race lead.
Because Sammy Cobb's not been able to drive away at all this time around.
See what ends up happening here. He's on older tires, but as is Zach McAdoo. Cobb is committing to running the off strategy despite the caution. He's going to have to pit here actually pretty soon. In the next couple of laps, Cobb's going to have to come down, and so will McAdoo following that. Deacon Jones may have been crashed here. Car stopped on the back straightaway. See if they can get that cleared. That's going to end up being a stop car and a caution.
Number 9.
Number 9. Cobb's going to love seeing that.
Now the real question is, will the 44 come down pit road?
This is pretty soon, so they may not. What in the world am I seeing on my screen? Oh, we've had an incident with a lead lap car.
2 lead lap cars. David Washington. Franklin.
What?
Oh God, what has this going? We had a caution under caution.
What in the world happened? Are you kidding?
We had a
this
caution.
This is after the yellow has already been called. This is coming to the line and slowing down. Pace cars exiting pit road. And these two nincompoops have crashed. 2 very fast race cars as well. Heavy damage to the 56.
Fastest cars that we've had.
I am stupefied. Raw.
I would also like to point out that Yoakum is back on track.
Well, I don't even know what to say about that. We're going to have less than 10 cars in the lead lap here in a second, and the 77 and 17 are not coming down pit road. Maybe they will now. Yes, like I was saying, they don't. They're going to take the green flag and pit. There's the 44.
Yeah, gotta pit every car.
Only cars that stayed out was Aaron and Caitlin.
The fact that Yoakum has a chance to bring that car home in the top 20. He's sitting 23rd.
Everyone
14
can go
laps
to the
down.
pit. This is actually a really good call. Aaron's going to struggle here because he is going to have left side tires that are 50 laps old. A lot of two-tire calls.
I'm speechless from this race.
I am too. Trust me, I am too. Well, I feel really bad now for Elias Nassar in that previous crash that he got himself involved in, because this would have been his top 10. And they are signified it's out. They have packed it up. P20 out of the race. And Deacon
Team still
Jones
doesn't have all the funding.
Deacon Jones is also calling it.
No, that's 2 more spots for the 4 car of Yoakum. Which, if I'm looking at points, Yoakum and Jay, who are both in the race still, came into the race 24 and 25 points behind.
Jay, I mean, Yoakum's going to be too far out to have any competitive points, but Jay, if he can...
Jay's 15th. Where these two are going to put Yoakum into 21st.
be
Yeah,
interesting
but
for him.
they are so far behind the
Yeah.
number 7.
Especially with... I mean, I'm currently sitting in the
There's
lead, and I'm not going to be holding it.
75 points.
There's
It's
still
70
a lot of
laps
laps.
left.
There's a lot of laps left. It's
I'm not
something...
going to condemn the 97 to anything.
Please don't.
I don't know. We've had some Toyota drivers be some nincompoops.
I don't want
beg of
Texas
it.
to come down to me versus Nick Fountain.
Oh, Nick Mountain is on the lead lap.
Yeah, and he and I came into the race separated by 1 point.
Can I just
And that
remind...
would be
Can I just remind everybody what happened last time we went to Texas for the championship race and I was the point leader? I crashed on lap 3 out of the race.
I don't even remember what year.
Oh,
that
hey,
was.
you get a couple more laps every time you say that. I crashed on the first lap. I crashed on lap 2. I crashed on lap 3.
You might make it to lap 5. You just can't. If you get a pole, you know your championship's over.
Well, he's got to finish this one to have a chance. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Kick in the butt. Man, I gotta say, I really like that Justin Franklin guy. He might be out of the race right now, but I think he's gonna come back to win.
He's got potential. He's just outside the top 10. He can still do this. Race car heads down to pit road. It is attempt number 10 of the race. Championship
now,
leader. It's gonna
We have a
controls the
car that's
restart.
out of the race in the top 10.
Good lord. Bottom lane's got 5 cars in contention for the race, or the championship. We haven't even talked about Nick Fountain too much this race, but he's chilling up here. Had a fantastic season for Supreme. Caitlin trying to take the race lead here on the outside from Aaron, not even letting him get a chance. Down the back straightaway we go. Side drafting on the side of that number 97 machine. Emmy Cobb running all the way up on the top of the racetrack. That's Brett's usually his preferred line. And new race leader out of turn number 4, Caitlin Muir takes the lead.
Top 2 are still on worn tires.
Big wiggle there at the bottom of the 17 as he threads the needle on the race apron. Being crowded there by the number 69, Dylan Touchton, behind his team owner, Brett Pritchard. And Mikabu printed from the lead. Or sorry, 2 fresh tires. And they did a big adjustment on that car.
Caitlin just ran her fastest lap of the race.
29.85. Not the fastest of the race, but that is a very respectable time out of the Tillamook Toyota.
Oh, McAdoo's going to hit the 39.
Thomas Jones, 29.67. Blazing fast lap out of the car in 20th. 13 laps down. Has been involved in a crash earlier this race.
Well, FARCA's not going to take them to inspection, so they can cheat all they want now.
There's still random selections. It's been a while since we've had a penalty, too. Battle for the lead starting to close down. The top 4 cars. Times between the two getting closer and closer as Aaron is recatching the 92, running a different line to stay out of the dirty air.
Jay Langelier has passed 2 cars. Oh, now 3 cars to get into the 12th spot.
Big points there for the number 9.
Zach McAdoo with the fastest lap of the race.
29.62 for the Reckless Racing 17. And now we got a battle for the lead. The 97 goes to the inside of the 92. Down into 3 and 4. Holds her up to a higher lane that she's not used to. Get her out of the comfort zone. And Race Lee goes back to the 97 for the first time under green. Zach McAdoo has caught the back of the 44 after the blazing run he's had the past couple of laps. Richard not letting it be easy for the 17. Like we'd expect him to do anything different.
I'd like to point out everybody in the top 10, minus Brett, are all positive in positions.
Of course.
No one other than Brett in the top 10 has started in the top 10.
And I'll just expand this to rub it in your
Aaron
face.
started in 8th.
It's the top 16 has all increased positions besides you.
Math is hard. Yes, Aaron did start in the top 10.
He started 8th.
Trying to look back to the inside. Retake the position. These cars, it's kind of a interesting feeling, especially in 3 and 4, such a hard corner. When you get to the back of the quarter panel like that, you actually start to lose the front end of the car because of the way the aero gets pushed. You lose the downforce on the corner of the car. It begins to lift that spring back up, and it changes the characteristic of how you turn into the corner. So as the car unloads, have to put more steering input into it to avoid the understeer. And that boils the right front tire. That's why we saw Nick Fountain easily get back around the 44 here. And now Nick Fountain trying to do the same exact thing on the 17. Richard's actually going to lose another position here as the 40 of Adam moves around. Trying to battle here on the inside. These two good friends, as well as the battle in front of them with Nick Fountain completing that pass. Richard, how'd you do that?
I don't know.
Now rejoining the fight, using that higher lane. Car's loose as all hell. And a 3-wide split because Adam is Adam and we'll put it in wherever it can be.
Yeah, I'll take that one out of context.
Put that on the FARCA Twitter. Sammy Cobb catching the race leader. Running that bottom lane. Trying to keep the air clean on the nose of the 77. Setting it up for a pass going into the corner. A lot of a lower entry that usually spells to be tight in 3-4. That's why it's going to move up the track and almost get into the race leader.
Contact. Possibly a second bit of contact within that corner.
Yeah, entering in 3 and 4 that low and expecting the car to commit with tires that are even 10, 15 laps old. It almost takes out the 92. Sammy Cobb being aggressive. Late race. Now he's going to have to reset and back up his pace here. Caitlin may attempt to pass her on the low side because of this. Now we can watch what the 97 is going to do. Be watching in this mirror just to see what these two drivers are doing. He's going to want to see them go side by side and stay side by side. Nick Fountain's going to like seeing this as well. We have an issue with one of our cars. We got a car. Oh, heavy damage. Car stopped on the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be a caution for the first time in a minute.
Number 10.
See what happened here with the number 32. It's Fox Racing Chevrolet. It's going to be contact with another fellow Chevy. So a couple drivers we don't normally see on screen here that often. Got Merce Miranda in the number 32, and then the 38 machine. That's Rob Kreider, who's going to be right here on the inside. The Double Nickel 9 Motorsports Stories and Cocktail podcast. To make contact the same way we've seen happen so many times going to turn number 1. I know the spotter's just having an issue.
Got to give it to Kreider keeping it off the wall though.
Yeah, that normally the second car that's involved with that impact gets turned around. That's going to be a day ender for the 32, another DNF, but that's just how this race has been. All right, caution number 10, and our first double-digit top 10, or top 10, first double-digit
top 10.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be a single-digit top 10.
English. Okay.
Connor Muir is going to get a top 20.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. He really is about to do that. Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be a single-digit top 10.
Single-digit top 10. 10th caution. First time in FARCA history we've had double-digit cautions. There's the correct words.
Oh man, had to stay out to cover the 39.
And the 10th pit stop of the race for the 44 car. 11th. He had one green flag pit stop. Pit crew putting in the work. What are they doing in this thing?
They're making an adjustment.
Yeah, they sure are.
They changed the tires. They
Big
didn't like the
adjustment.
tires, so they changed them again.
Big adjustment.
Did a fresh tune-up on the car.
Flash and tune in real quick.
Yeah.
They changed the spoiler.
So 3 cars stayed out. Adam Douglas, Nick Fountain, Sammy
Digit
Cobb.
fuel. They had to, bleed the fuel system so they could switch fuels mid-race.
Yeah, they did. They put in the legal fuel this time.
No, they put the illegal fuel in this.
I still like that the
Jet
only
fuel.
driver in FARCA history to get the jet fuel penalty has been Connor, the resident MWR fan. Gonna restart with 50 laps to go.
Oh. What a top 20.
Yeah, that's certainly a top 20. 8 cars on the lead lap.
Carter went another lap down for each position. All right, we're gonna have 50 to go when we come back to racing. Kenny Bombera is going to the back. Dylan Touchton's trying to figure out how to pass Kenny Bombera.
I'd like to point out that I am the only one in the top 18 that have minus position.
That's true. And if Joachim gets a couple more.
What is this race?
That would cause Connor and to do that as well, and Marissa, no matter what. So it would go
Where
all
did
the
you
way
start?
down to top 20. Oh, that's great. He started third.
Third.
Oh. Godspeed.
Here we go. Sammy Cobb's going to lead us away. Attempt number 11 on lap 134. Green flag is back out. A lot of wiggles.
Yeah, the Douglases were both spinning tires.
Those were fresh tires too. Oh, don't crash for the race lead.
Please. Put the 39 in the wall. Oh, you're slow. Get out of my way.
I thought we were about to see all three of the points, like contenders. Crash.
Caution's
Oh,
out.
we have-
Caution's
There was
out.
an accident.
Jacob McMillan and Rob Kreider have crashed together.
Rob Ryder's in his Brian Vickers era.
Really is. Did he just turn him?
44.
Does Joachim?
44 needed another pit stop, anyways.
Oh,
Oh, it's ahead of
no.
him.
Oh,
Oh no!
what in the
12 on
world?
its side again.
Okay, well, what happened to the 72?
Oh,
Oh,
that
there.
was the car that was running in the top 10, too.
Oh, no, it was the 69. The story, the plot thickens.
Well,
What happened to the 69?
Touchton ran into somebody.
Oh.
Here's the start of it.
Here it is. Here it
Just missed the
is.
caution cone.
It was actually the caution cone being hit. And the stack up from there.
Oh, that was multiple cars in the top 10 that are going to be affected by that.
Outstanding.
So how many positions does Joachim have to gain to still be in this?
A lot, but it could happen in 50 laps.
Well, Kreider has more damage, so that's another car that could go.
More laps down, yeah.
So did
The
you know,
06 had to pit
depending on
with
damage.
damage.
Yeah, 3 cars on pit road.
Those are all positions that could be gained.
But still, he's going to lose all those positions to the 97 now. All those points to the 97.
That's true.
There is still 50 laps left, though.
Yeah.
And Aaron and Adam are both still on track
8
together.
spots. So he'd be 15 points behind Aaron going into this. So
The only people that are going to be left in this battle are going to be both the Douglas brothers and Nick Fountain. And
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
Langelier, if these 3 cars stay on long
No.
enough, might.
Jay has even more damage now. So
Jay's
Oh,
going to
that's
lose
true.
a lot
That's
of
true.
spots, a lot of points to the 97. It's not going to be in Jay's favor.
that's also if we stay green and this running order for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the 39 and the 97 were to collide,
Oh my god. Do not put that juju on me. I
If the
saw.
top 5,
No,
if
no,
the top
no.
5 just wants to take themselves
No.
out, that's fine.
No, because last night I watched this Formula 2 race in Azerbaijan with this fuck. And
Hey, you can't say that word.
every time,
saying that.
no, I can. Every time he mentioned a wreck or wanted something to happen, a car would fly off on the camera off in the distance and crash into the wall or go off track. So do not. You made 4 crashes happen in another country.
But you're very close to the caution cone, so it could very happen.
I'm far away from the caution cone, actually.
Not when we double stack.
Uh,
Also, I'd like to point out we had a caution, and the 44 did not come down pit road.
that's illegal. That's why you're going to crash out now.
I'm not,
No.
unless I'm crashing out the 97.
We
Ah!
need somebody less popular to have a wallop into the barriers
So, well, that's me, so.
with the 39.
Yeah, just the top 5. Just be gone. With saying that, if the top 5 did crash, we'd have 2 cars in the lead lap. Because we have 7 cars on the lead lap now.
Here comes Rob Kreider, ready to create more turmoil.
Ready to create more turmoil.
His autocross days are coming one. He's just trying to get to the cones.
Nick Fountain is looking for his 3rd race win of the season. Aaron Douglas has 1 win on this season. Zachary McAdoo has 2. The Sammy Cobb won a fluke race at Atlanta, and the 40 is winless. The 92 is winless. And then the last one lead lap is Brett Pritchard, who I believe has 1 win.
I do. I don't remember exactly where, but I do.
Time to go back
it was
racing.
like Kansas or something. Here we go.
Attempt number 12 of the night. The Nick Fountain leads us away.
We have less cars racing in this field than we do in any of our other series.
Yup.
And they are 3 wide
McAdoo
lead.
is trying to push it 3 wide.
I was going to take the lead down the back straightaway, but here comes Sammy Cobb into 3 and 4, looking for the race lead again. And he'll take it. Cleared off of turn number 4. Big wiggle there from the 39.
All right, he was able to corral it.
Yeah, I thought you were about to be taken out too by the 17. Looking 3 wide again. Almost contact there. The back bumper, the 92. Barely cleared.
I thought I was about to start one.
Oh.
Another one, I should say.
Oh, the 17 almost turns the 39. Gets him loose. Big bobble there by the 17 once again. Langelier going to the outside of the 44. That's a lap car, though.
Come on, figure it out. We have to dispose of the 92. Come on.
Sammy Cobb has taken the race lead. 97 looks to fight back on the inside. Dives it down into the corner. It's going to be a slide job for the
Totally
97. Cleared. Gone.
39's in the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick Fountain tagged the wall coming off turn 4.
3 wide in the center of the corner. Brett sticking the nose in.
I just need somebody to assassinate the 39. Come on. I need a wallop. Send him to the barriers.
Take her down pit road. Dylan Touchton. Oh, no. Ignore me.
He's been down pit road. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Because that's actually going to bump Jay up to 9th place.
Yep, it sure will.
Around this time.
That's why I'm thinking he may not be too far out of contention here, especially if the Douglas brothers don't win the race.
He's going to fall a lot of points back. He's going to be about I think the same thing, 24, 25 points back from the point lead.
So he
heading
would
into Texas. He's in
essentially.
contention. It's not realistic because there's so many cars ahead of him in points too.
There will be a Oh, what move was that by Fred Pritchard?
Oh, the 40's just going backwards. We don't know what's going on right here. This is the time for the 40 to go forwards because the 39's had some kind of moment. Oh, Austin Yoakum.
Yoakum, what are you doing?
He's fast. He wants to show it. Zach McAdoo is fast until he gets clean air, and then it's just not anymore.
I don't know what's going on with the 17 because he can make the passes. He just can't hold the position, can't keep it moving. It's one of the few cars that has stayed clean. Brett rocketing it on the outside here, though. There's Caitlin playing spoiler with the championship drivers.
Oh, she's allowing Aaron to drive away a little bit.
And 1.5 seconds. The biggest we saw on a natural green pull-away was Sammy Cobb when he pulled out about 2.5 seconds out of the field under green flag. I think for all the cars that are still running on the lead lap, Caitlin Muir is the only one who is not a chase driver. Brett was waiting to anticipate what lane the 17 would go in. McAdoo waited to the last second to change. Chris Davis coming off pit road with repairs finally done to that car.
There's so much battling going on for the second position right now.
It really is. These 4 cars have been going at it. Adam's going to join in right now as well.
Do I do it? Do I do it?
Not against anything. It's already been turned up. And there it is. Caution out in the speedway for the 12th time tonight. Debris caution. No surprise there with the amount of wrecks that we've had.
Let's kill that 5-second.
You just had to do it to me, didn't you?
Who else?
Largest lead of the night will come to an end here for the 97. Catches the back of the pace car. Top 5 currently. Aaron Douglas, Caitlin Muir, Zach McAdoo, Brett Pritchard, and Sammy Cobb. And this will be an opportune time for a yell to happen for the front runners, or should I say the cars left in the field, because this will be just enough to put them in the window to finish the race. So I expect to see everyone come down here. Knowing
This will stack them up
Okay, good.
one last time. And
Unless they crash. Everybody
which
coming
could
down.
very well happen.
Got one driver staying out. That's CO6 and Chris Davis.
He can make it to the end on field because he was on pits. Everyone else has to come in.
Yeah, he should be good.
So he might be able to gain a position.
Zach McAdoo wins the battle off pit road. Longer stop there for the 97. Battle off with his brother off pit road. He'll be second, and then Adam will be third. Reason why Zach McAdoo wins that battle off pit road, it was a 2-tire elect, as well as Adam also took 2 tires. Sammy Cobb, 2 tires. The other Chase drivers all took 4. I like seeing that. Good job, team. And I'm on the outside with those 4 fresh tires. Let's go. All right, so I'll get the 1 to go signal here. We're going to restart this race.
Figure out how to pass lap cars.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll restart lap 156 out of 183. 27 laps we left in this race. Everyone who has pitted, good to go to the end. Every car should be good to go to the end. But the big question will be, are we done with crashing? I don't think so.
Our race leader who was on the backstretch is on pit road. Oh, no, never mind. He got to figure it out.
"22 cars on the racetrack, 7 of which are on the lead lap." See how it goes. It'll be up to Zach McAdoo. Mac Attack, Reckless Racing's number 17. Will take us back to the green flag into the restart zone here at Charlotte. 6 out of the 7 drivers in this remaining lead lap cars, all fighting for championship contention. The main fight coming down between the 2 Douglas brothers and the car that sits in 7th, Nick Fountain.
Let's say I think Jay and Yoakum just both need a miracle to happen.
See what ends up
To have
happening.
any say.
McAdoo able to defend off the 97, who is now going to be under fire from the Caitlin with the momentum out here on the outside. Denied, though, by the 97, who crowds the 92 coming out of the corner, maintains the 2nd spot. The brother, Adam Douglas, on the inside. Started outside the top 20 in this race and survived everything up to this point. Now trying to make another move. Trying to give himself every point before we head into Texas. Now back up at the front. Going to the outside. Makes it fit out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. The 97 goes for the race lead. Battling side by side. Difference between the two in terms of pace.
25 to go.
Adam's catching up to these two while they're battling. Couple tenths away.
The top 7 is still within under 2 seconds of each other, so.
Aaron checks up out of it. Didn't like the way it was going to look going into the corner. Probably smart hesitation there. Number 9 of Jay Langelier, another driver that is in contention for this championship. He is in 9th, but he's 8 laps down. What's crucial for Jay, if he can get to the front and get around the 17 and the caution comes out, that puts him 7 laps down, and that's another position he can pass Andy Bewley. That could be crucial for also his circumstance of heading into Texas. So Jay has a reason to run as hard as he's running up here. Don't forget, he's also racing the car that won the Owners' Championship last year and won the race at Atlanta that tied them for the championship. For his late brother, Ben, in that same race car. Adam now going for the race lead on the outside of Zach McAdoo. 4 of these championship drivers racing hard.
It's very dangerous just being this grouped up right here for the lead.
More cars joining in the battle. Here comes Sammy Cobb in the 77, and Nick Fountain's not too far behind with Brett Pritchard. Big wiggle from the 9 in the center of their corner, but he gathers it up. That time through, lap led by the 40. This is another part of the racetrack where we've seen trouble. They stay clear. And the 40 of Adam clears the 17 on the outside. Aaron now trying to follow. They're 3 wide behind. McAdoo beginning to drop. Douglas Brothers 1-2, and Chevy leads for the first time tonight.
They're still
No, they're not. The procrastination at the beginning of the race. Forgot about that. They finally settled down up front, but how about the pack back here? Big wiggle out of the 77. 20 to go now. .39 getting to the back bumper of the 44. Trying to make a move here on the inside. A little bit of damage to the nose of the 44 on the left front. Pushed in and up. They've had some contact with another car. Not slowing him down. Looks to the inside of the 77, trying to get the pass done on Sammy Cobb. Big sparks coming out of the number 9, heading into the corner, bottoming out as hard as he drove it into it.
Aaron is slowly catching back up to Adam.
Another 10.5 chopped off, running the bottom lane, hard on the tires, but it's quick. Gonna make a move on the inside. Didn't get tight. Car is working well. That's the 4 fresh tires being the advantage on the 97 there versus the 2 tires taken on the 40. 17 to go. New race leader goes back to the 97. Knowing these two, they're going to turn this into a dogfight. A lot of respect between the two brothers that race each other very hard in the Pro Series. 40's going to crowd the 97, make him run that higher lane. On board. So let's use a gyro cam. Watch the handwork there on the left-hand side of the corner. There's your screen.
Aaron was able to drive away in that corner.
Watch Adam gain it back. Actually surprised that he's not running a whole different line now.
It's up to a second.
There he goes.
Adam's about to be under fire from McAdoo.
He's changing it back up. He went back to running the high lane. That worked out well for him. Look at the momentum that the 40 is now carrying. This is just a tire reset. Gonna gain another 10th here. It's a very smart race car driver. He's gonna keep running it. Let the car fall down in the corner. Another 10th. And just like that, a second has turned down to under 4/10. Aaron's recognized the line in the mirror, and the 40 is running and is copying his line, hoping the dirty air is going to slow his car down.
Goes another 10th.
But the draft
But
now in effect. Look at the higher lane being red now, ripping the top.
Well, there's
McAdoo.
McAdoo wanted say in this. It's going to go for the outside.
And now also look for the race lead. It's now a 3-car fight.
I think McAdoo caught the wall on entrance to turn 1.
We saw Brett do the same thing earlier in the race.
Which for 4th, they're having their own battle. Kind of settled out now, but they've been all flipping positions back there.
That's Sammy Cobb and Nick Fountain. Now that this battle has reset.
Yeah, you got 2 battles for the lead lap. 1st and 4th.
And it's turned into a 4-car battle now for that 4th car position because Brett Pritchard's joining in with Caitlin Meir in this battle as well. Tom Jones trying to get some laps put back on him. Fastest car of the race. Sitting outside the top 20. Sorry, season's 16th now because the other wrecks that happened.
The top 7 just needs to hang on for a couple more laps to lock in their positions.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
If they complete this lap, they can have a top 13 guaranteed.
Yep.
Or they can finish as 12th.
It stayed pretty consistent here for McAdoo. Hasn't been able to get it under 2.5 tenths since he got around the 40. I mean, 8 laps to go. Championship leader. Aaron at the point of this thing. And another 10th and a half here on Zach McAdoo this time through. Caitlin Meir battling here with Sammy Cobb. Nearly contact heading into the corner.
It's like next time around that these guys are all guaranteed a top 10.
And that's not what Jay Langelier is going to want to see. Because that means it's going to be a hard crawl for him at Texas. He's going to need issues for the Douglas brothers and Nick Fountain to keep his shot in at Texas. There's that 7 to go. Locking in our lead lap cars. Almost a full second lead now for Aaron over Zach McAdoo. Was about to be under fire from Adam. Going down to the inside. Adam said, "You took too long. I gotta go."
He's not quite going to be able to complete this on the inside through 1 and 2, though.
That's going to be frustrating for the 40. That car's got the pace to recatch the 97, but he needs to get around the 17.
I don't know if he's going to have enough time regardless at this point.
Don't forget, no overtime, scheduled distance only in the series. If a caution happens here, it's going to need to happen now so they have enough time to re-rack the field and get the race restarted, have a shootout for the finish. Otherwise, if it comes too close at the end of the race, we will end under caution. And we have issues. Not enough to get to the end.
Pit road.
Wow. What does that mean for the rest of our leaders?
I was going to say, will Aaron have enough to make it down?
What does this mean? It's going to be a quick splash and fuel in and out for the 40. There it is. Do the rest of the cars have enough? Surprise strategy at the end of the race. The 97 stays out.
Another lap.
3 to go. And a new unknown in a race that has been as chaotic as it is.
And there goes Adam a lap down. And you can hear the frustrating over Adam's radio to the pit crew about not giving him enough fuel.
Once again, the 97 stays out, coming to 2 to go. Everyone else as well stays clear of going down to pit road. If that ends up being a call, that harms the finish of the 40. Those extra 5 points are going to be massive heading into Texas. That shouldn't be if the 97 stays out here coming to the final lap. Yes, he does. White flag is out. 12 cautions here at Charlotte. 183 laps, 250 miles. Several different lead changes.
Whole lot of crash cars.
Whole lot of crash chase cars. The points leader that headed into this race ended early, packed up on the race trailer. Now coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Staying clear, staying out in the racetrack. Aaron Douglas is going to win at Charlotte for the 2025 Hall of Fame night race. Zach McAdoo will get P2. Caitlin Muir brings it home in 3rd. Brett Pritchard and the 44 car finishes 4th. And he's the only car in the top 19 that didn't improve position. Sammy Cobb rounds out the top 5. Nick Fountain, P6. And Adam, first car lap down after the crew. Didn't get enough fuel in the race car. Had to come down for a splash of fuel with Jay Langelier. There's going to be some big talks. The RPM crew after this race. Because if it comes down next weekend that they don't win this championship within 5 points, there will be a certain fueler that will no longer be working at that race team. Unofficial results are up on the screen.
Connor finished in the 20th spot, 20 laps down.
After flipping and had to being flipped back over onto all four wheels. Results are being uploaded to the website. Cars are currently going through tech. Twelve cautions for 45 laps. 34 lead changes is the most we've also ever had at Charlotte. Granted, it's the longest race we've ever had.
With the most wrecks.
Yeah, it's an 18-point lead.
No penalties. All cars are clear from post-race inspection. Aaron Douglas declared the race winner officially. Gets a second win of the season. Yep, 92-point lead. Heading into Texas. Going over our point standings. Come on. Any day now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, going into the next race with Adam, in order for him to have a shot at winning this championship, he needs to win the race, and Aaron has to finish outside 16th. Same thing goes for Nick Fountain. In the event that those two tie, because Adam does not have a win yet in the season, tiebreaker goes to Nick Fountain. And between the two, if Aaron and Nick Fountain tie, they both have the same amount of wins, 2 wins apiece. But the tiebreaker would go to Aaron, who has 3 poles in the season, most of anybody in the field. There is possibility for Brandon Krasta, but the only thing that he will get out of that is the cars crashing. And the absolute no way that they can get it is Austin Yoakum back. Langelier would have to have the perfect storm of everybody crashing, with him winning and getting the pole position. So Langelier is practically out of this thing, as well as Zach McAdoo. Krasta has a chance, but it's mainly down to our top 3. And they're hoping that Aaron has a bad race at Texas. The rest of the standings are as follows. Let's see. Are we racing on Friday still with Pro just a race?
I'm not sure.
Let's see what we do then.
We miscounted sponsor races.
They're gonna loop over. Don't worry about them. Let's see. I think we'll do our championship race.
I got Friday or Sunday.
I think we're gonna do Sunday. What time works best?
Any.
We'll do the same as this. That was a decent start time. At the top of the hour. Noon. Noon Sunday. Yeah, noon Sunday we'll be heading in for the championship race at Texas. It'll be a 200-mile race. And that is September 28th. That will be,
Hopefully a little bit more controlled.
yeah, hopefully a little bit more controlled. That was crazy. That'll finish us out here. Craziest race we've ever had. Most amount of cautions, most amount of DNFs. And we'll see you guys next week for the conclusion of the Premier Series season. Championships have already been wrapped up for the Truck Series and the Pro Series. And starting soon, we will have Super FARCA for what may be its final season. We'll see. Because we're going to have a lot of things changing up here soon for how we're going to run the seasons. So that'll be fun too. Any words from you silent folks?
Silence.
Silence. End of season woes.
You should make a white gummy bear flavor.
Yeah. I mean, I already have it done. I'll be running my special scheme. The Rebel Racing cars are also going to run special schemes for their final race. Ready to close that team out?
Don't get stuck in a different state.
Don't say that.
Well, don't do it.
Ooh, I almost forgot. We got to raid. Supposed to raid. Supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Oh.
hurry up and close stream so I can say what I want to say.
Okay. Did I do this? I did this whole race in the wrong category. I am a professional. We got someone racing at New Hampshire. Do that. All right, so we'll be back next weekend for Texas. Thank you guys for watching.
Still 3, 4, 5 wide mid-pack. Oh, we got cars in the fence on the back straightaway. Kurt Busch hard in the wall. They were 3 or 4 wide out there. Looks like
Moving to rage,
Stenhouse has
ready
been
to
out.
fall.
Kurt's striking the car. Kurt's in the fence. 34's in the fence.
Track is a joke. J-O-K-E.
Got into 34, turned him around.
interessiert auf einmal ich Carsten Kricker die jetzt durchguckt. Ich glaube, Carsten spielt nur. Ich glaube, der kann auch anziehen wieder.
Überholen ist so schwierig, aber die fahren vorbei, als wär's easy. Erik und Jerome.
And then I gotta do a little bit of cleaning, but in an hour, so at 3 p.m. CST, I will be on Guaco's stream. Which is I'll be over on Guaco VT stream. We'll be playing For the King. We're gonna continue our run. Welcome back, Erd. How was your race? I also really hated having to like minimize